Wednesday, Thursday, bad bitches have bad days too.
Bad bitches do have bad days too. Why is that not talked about more? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Not today,
no.
but someday.
When we're not having a bad day.
Yeah, when we're not having a bad day.
Welcome to our living room, everyone.
This is the living room of polite as fuck people.
Polite as fuck people.
This is what happens when we go record in the evening.
I'm also on my second Junie, but they're only 100 calories, so.
Well, how much is mine? I think this one's my favorite.
The midnight painkiller.
Yeah, also, mine doesn't say the calories, so that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's because it's, well.
Because it's not good.
It has the skinny can, so you feel good about it.
Mine's a chode can. I remember that word being like
so bad.
So bad.
Yeah.
Like, chode.
It's so.
Have you ever seen a chode in your life?
I don't. Is that just like a short,
really,
stubby?
Yeah, short, stubby.
Penis?
Yeah.
I don't think that I have.
I don't think so either.
I don't think I've seen a lot of penises, honestly. Is that the plural? Peni?
I have no idea. Penises.
Yeah. But I showed you the article. Apparently, they're getting bigger.
Which, does penis size matter to you? I mean, I guess if it's like fucking a pinky.
I mean, no.
I don't think it really does to a lot of females.
My ex used to say, it's not the size of the whale, it's the motion of the ocean.
I don't like that he said that.
But it is a saying that I've carried over because I do think it's true.
It is true. It's what you can do with what you got. Wow.
Yeah. It's what you can do with what you got.
Yeah.
It's how. Anyway, we don't need to talk about sex. Sorry, family, if you're listening to this. What we wanted to talk about is going out versus staying in, because we were going to go out and now we're staying in.
We always are like, go out or stay. It's always the like Thursday, Friday, Saturday conversation that we have with ourselves of whether or not we should go in or stay out. So we wanted to talk about the pros and cons to both. And I wanted to touch on just like the funny aspects of being out in the club sometimes. The atmosphere is interesting. And then end with a little fun drinking game that we have for each other. Oh, it's going to be so fun.
Well, kick it off.
Well, I think I love being a homebody. Mm-hmm. And I love staying at home. I love doing everything at home. I definitely I have been preferring to stay home a lot recently. I think it has a lot to do with like the season and your mindset too. But I think like the main thing that I think of is like when I walk in and when I think of like, should I stay or should I go out? Mm-hmm. Is like, you never know what you're going to get when you go out.
Yeah.
But you know what you're going to get when you go home. So I think that is the first thing. But I think that goes to say, like, that can be a pro and a con. Because I think, like, the con to that is, like, you don't know what you're going to get. It could be, like, a really bad night. It could be a really good night. And sometimes, like, you're not in the mood to play that game. Mm-hmm. But I think that also brings in, like, the fun aspect. Is, like, every time that you go out, it's different. Every night is a different night. You won't ever have, like, the replica of another night. Which sometimes sucks. But all over the place here. Yeah. But I think that's like when I think of recently what's been stopping me going out is like you're not promised a good night. And so it's like, is it worth doing all the things for an unknown outcome when I know exactly what the outcome is going to be if I just plop myself on this couch and turn on the television.
Yeah, it's definitely a comfort thing. I do agree with you on like the seasonality. When the weather's nice, when the sun is still out at like 7, you're like, let's go do something.
Yes.
Like I feel more inclined to go out, but I will say like living with you, like having a roommate, I've gone out a lot more too. I think because it's like you were saying a few seconds ago, if I wasn't here and like when you weren't here, I would just come and just like lay and be sad and like really dig myself into a hole for things that like when I am having a bad day, sometimes it's nice to just like get out and blow some steam off. And even if it's not like the craziest night or anything, it's still nice to just like decompress.
Yeah, definitely. during this time of the year, I think a lot of people are just like trying to work on themselves. But when you go out like in the summer, it's just that constant like fun, and you're ready for that like fun energy because the sun is out and everybody else is out. When we go out, we see so many different people every time we go out. It is never the same crowd of people.
I feel like we go to a lot of different places too.
That's true.
Like we don't have like a watering hole that we usually go to. It's very off the cuff.
Yeah, that's very true. I think it's like important to note too that there are different like things of going out. I do have to like list the things like, okay, what am I ready for? Am I ready for like a club, or am I okay with like a bar? But even sometimes I'm like, just the work of like putting on clothes and getting ready. And also like I find it a huge pro to go out when I'm already out. So if it's a weekday or like a Friday, it's harder for me to come home and get ready and then leave because I'm like, I'm already home. Like the dogs are here. And especially if I don't have anything planned and it's just kind of like a, hey, do you want to like just go see what's up? I'm kind of like, well, no, I'm already home. But if that was like the case before I got home, it was so much easier to go do those things when you're already out.
I get that. I've had so many experiences where I felt like I really didn't want to go out, and then I go out and I have a good time. So when I do feel that feeling, I try and think of like, remember that you have fun when you do this. And like, you kind of have to hype yourself up.
Yeah.
Not that you, not that you shouldn't like listen to your, should not listen to your, you should listen to your body.
Yes, always.
If you need to like have some chill time, and especially when over summer you go out like every weekend and do stuff all the time. So it is good to listen to your body, but I think home is where you're most comfortable. So obviously, sorry, I'm having a lot of spit.
Dab, 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 dab.
Obviously, that's where you're going to want to stay, probably.
Yeah.
Because you're comfortable.
I think too, like the only way to get more comfortable being out is by doing it. And I think that's where I've noticed recently is like over the summer, it was so easy to go out because we were always out and about. And that wasn't just mean like always out drinking. Like we were doing something all the time. Yeah. Whether we were together here in San Diego, but I feel like the whole summer, everywhere we went, whether it was back home or here or wherever, it was a constant movement. And so it was comfortable to go out more because that's what we were doing so much. Yeah. Where I think now is like we only go out maybe once a month, and every time it's like it's not like it blows my socks off. I have not had like a fantastic night out since summer. Yeah. So it's hard to like work yourself up to go out when you're just like, hasn't been that great. You do have to, it's harder to remind yourself of the good times when you're like, it's been a minute and the last ones kind of suck, but I just want to stay home.
I did just have an epiphany as you said that.
Oh, please share.
It's not that astounding, but you were saying when we go out like once a month, it's not that great, or like it hasn't blown your socks off. I feel like that's because you have, I have expectations now because I'm like, this is the one night we're going out. Like it has to be fun. We have to do all these things. And so it's kind of like Halloween. Right. When it's like, this is the night. Something's going to happen. We're going to go crazy, blah, whatever. And then it's disappointing because that's not what actually happens. I feel like that's probably why these like one night a monthers aren't as astounding as the summer, because when you're doing it all the time, it's like mediocre nights and then you have the occasional like super fun night that makes it worth it. Yeah.
I think specifically like going out in the evening, just that atmosphere of like dancing and drinking is kind of what I'm thinking about when I say like go out. I don't really feel like we do a lot of like sit down at the bar things. I feel like we've only done that like a few times and it hasn't been pretty recently, but I think just the idea of like getting yourself to drink to enjoy. I feel sometimes that I will only have a good time if I go out if I'm like on one. And sometimes I'm like, do I really want to do that to myself? Yeah. Like sometimes it's great. I'm like, I'm ready to drink. I'm ready to go out. It's going to be a fun night. But I think if that is the determining factor of me to have a good time, I'm just going to choose to stay home because of that like drinking factor. But also like it's kind of been sucky that I don't have like wine at the house because I'm like sitting here watching TV and I'm like, I wish I could like sip on a nice red right now.
I know. Since we did our drinking episode, I'm like hyper aware.
I know.
Of my alcohol intake, which has been a good thing. But also, I'm like,
you didn't drink out of anybody's cup last week?
What did we do?
I don't even know what that place is called. After Brooks'
house. Shore Club.
Yeah, or whatever that place is. Yeah. That was the same place last time where you took a drink out of that girl's cup, the Germans.
Yeah, that's hilarious. True. We just had one shot.
Yeah.
We were good.
Yeah. Also, side note, this is going to be, I don't even care how dumb I sound. I didn't realize that like a green tea shot is not healthy.
No. That's why it goes down so easily.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until Anais and I went out when we were in San Francisco, and I tried to order that too, and the bartender was like, what the hell is that? So I Googled what it was, and we were talking with him, and I was like looking at the ingredients, and I was like, there's no tea in this. There's nothing healthy in it. I don't know why I thought that. That is so dumb of me. I don't care. But I was like,
no, I mean, I thought it was too until I saw them make it. And then I was like, oh, that's not tea.
No, it's nothing near water or tea or herbs or anything.
No healthy ingredients.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
Yeah. But I think going back to this past weekend was like a prime example of like, having a good time, knowing your limits, and not drinking too much.
Yeah, it was great. I woke up in the morning and I felt fine. Mm-hmm. We still had a good night.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But we were already out.
Yeah. The thing about it, too, is your location.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we lived in PB, which for those who don't know San Diego, that's like near the beach. There's a lot of like bars and clubs over there that are like everyone's out and about walking to them. If we lived there, we would be out way more frequently, I think, because like where we're living now in San Diego, there's some cute little bars and stuff, but like you really have to trek over there. Mm-hmm. It's not right by the house. And it's expensive. It's like an experience. Mm-hmm. It's not just like we're going to go out and dance and maybe have like a shot or something. Yeah. So.
No, I think that's totally true. And I think too, like, you really do have to calculate, at least I do have to calculate like what it is you might spend, because I think so quickly it is like you can spend so much money very quickly. Mm-hmm. Whereas like if you live in that area, it's very easy to be like, okay, I've topped my max and I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Whereas like you have to drive there, you have to
probably like you might Uber.
Yeah.
You might, yeah. No, it's true. And like sometimes I'm not ready to drop like $100 on a night.
Yeah.
And
for what?
For what? Yeah.
But I think too, when I was thinking about this episode, I really did kind of do like a deep dive in my own brain of like, what are my expectations when I go out? Yeah. And I think that's a con within itself is like, if you are setting up your expectations, are you going to have a good night? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes it's just easier to just say yes to things. Mm-hmm. And just like last weekend, it was just like you want to do this quickly? Sure, let's do it. There were no expectations. It was a fun night. We met some cool people and then we left. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to do when you think about going out, or not even you, just like, I don't know if you feel this way too, but for me, it's like I set expectations.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's like what I'm going to look like, to who I'm going to see, to what's going to happen at the end of the night. Like everything is an expectation.
Yeah.
And so it almost like makes it a con within itself to go out, because then you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to not only spend all of this money, but I'm going to like spend so much time getting ready. Mm-hmm. Not that we spend so much time getting ready, but like,
yeah,
it's time and energy. It takes a second. And then for like none of my expectations to be met, only for me to come home and be like, oh my gosh, like nothing good happened. Why did I do that? So I think it's like, you really do have to make sure like you're in the good mindset. Like you said, it's just like listen to your body and make sure that you're going out like for the right reasons. But I think a pro to going out is when you don't have any expectations and you just say yes to things.
It's so fun.
You can have a good time, even if like in the back of your mind you have expectations, but you're kind of like, it is what it is. Like even if nothing is met and you're in that great mood, mm-hmm. it's a super fun night. Because the con of staying in for me is that like FOMO of like not even friends being out, but just like the in general, like
people are out and I'm at home.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know that I like going out, but there are some pros to staying in that I was thinking of. And one of them is that you get to go to bed when you want. Mm-hmm. And I love when I'm out and I'm like, I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed right then, but you have to go home and change and wash your face. I mean,
the routine, nightly routine kills me. Literally kills me. When I am in that Uber drive home and I have to think about washing my face and brushing my teeth and then flossing and oh my fucking God, I can't stand it. It is the worst part of the night.
Well, usually none of that happens for me. I know when I'm really drunk.
When I don't do anything.
When I'm like, how did I end up here? Like I wake up, all my clothes are on the floor and my makeup's all over my face and I did it.
Yeah, that is so funny. I totally agree. It is hard. But I think when I don't drink too much and coming home, even though the nightly routine, there is like, I do have to say there are some nights when we've been out and we've like danced and had a few drinks and have gotten home and like, yeah, it sucks like after washing my face and doing all of those things, but I lay in bed and I feel so good. Like I'm tired because I've moved my body, but I feel good because I've moved my body. I've like had a little bit to drink, so I'm like feeling good, and I just like lay down and I'm like, ooh, I feel so cuddly and warm.
That is a good feeling. That's true. I think it's more just like the timing of it. It's like when you want to go to bed, you go to bed. And the other thing I was thinking of, because I love food, is like usually when I go out, like people don't want to eat.
That's why I love
and you. I want to eat. I'm like, can we get some fries?
I know. Appetizers. Can we like go get some burrito?
Literally, I need a snack.
I know. I think though, like, that's a con for me staying in is like when I go out, I never fail to do some sort of movement with my body. I never feel like we're very stationary people. I feel like I'm like, if there's music, I'm moving. Like even if I'm not drinking at all, like I want to be like, even last week I was sitting on that thing protecting our bags and I was still like, yeah, what's this? You know, like
I love sitting dancing.
I know, I love it. So I think that is a pro for me because I feel like I've done something. It wasn't just like sitting around people watching because I can't stand when people do that. And
like
so,
at a club or something?
Yeah, at a club. It's just like, this is not the time. Like if everybody here was dancing, we would all have a fantastic time. I promise you. And so I think like we definitely bring that energy. So I like that.
Honestly,
like,
I don't know if like toot our own horn, but there's no one on the dance floor until we get there.
I swear. Swear on my dog's lives. That is true. Every time.
Every time. And everyone's like, you guys are so much fun. I'm
like,
if I ever need a confidence boost, I just go to the dance floor of the club.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like so cool.
Because they're like, no one gives a shit. You're just like doing whatever you want to do.
I literally just like am so goofy. And just moving around, and it's fun.
And people match that energy and come on and start dancing with other people and dancing with us and having such a good time. And I love that. But to my point of like, that's a con for me to stay home is because it's like, all I'm going to do is just like sit.
Yeah.
And probably watch TV, even though I'm going to be like, I'm going to go home and read my book. Like on a Friday night, am I going to come home and read? No, I'm going to sit down and watch TV. And I'm probably going to shove my face with a whole bunch of snacks that I don't need.
That's like what we were talking about the other day I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast, but we're watching Game of Thrones because I've never seen it. And like you were like, I feel like I should paint or something while we're watching the episode. And I'm literally like, yeah, I just wait for one side of my body to go numb. And then I change to the other side. And it's like, that's such a bad feeling when I'm like, oh, can't feel this leg. Let me roll over.
Oh my gosh.
Like, yeah. That's when you know maybe you should move around a little bit or do something.
I think that is the good thing about like knowing your area of where you live, just kind of going back to what you said about location, is even here, these places are near where we live are within walking distance. Yeah. So even though they're not really like dancing type places, we're still moving our bodies every time we go out. The con to that though is the wait times, because the wait time to get in a club is like, all you have to do is like wait in the line. Once you're in, you're in. You can stand at the bar to get a drink. You can stand over there and talk with people. You can go to dance. Like, you're in. But at a bar, it's like you have to check in and then walk around and wait for them to text you or all these things. It's like there are so many goddamn people everywhere that it's like it makes it not even worth it, especially when you live so close. And it's like, okay, well, like whenever that time that we went, it was like, well, we tried. Let's go home now.
Just went and bought a bottle of wine from the store and went home. Yeah.
Which was fun, but it's also like, as it comes closer to summer, like I do want to explore those places, but I also don't get off work until late. Then I'm like, how the fuck are you supposed to do this?
Then everyone's already there.
Yeah.
And that makes it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think sometimes it's like you can curate environments like that in your own home and like make it more of an intentional like experience instead of just like have a glass of wine and watch TV. Why is my posture like
hello?
I'm literally so hunched over. Wow. Okay. Anyway, you can curate cool experiences like going out, and I'm sure that's more cost efficient. And I do like having like nights with people, like the girls' night we had before we went out. That was really fun. It was nice to just like chat and catch up and still be social. And it's also really great when you host that, because then you can just go right into your bed.
Yes. Yeah.
When you're done.
Yes, that is the best part. There's something about environments, though, I think is like you are at home and you're very much aware of your environment. And like, I love our apartment, but for me, and I don't know if you feel this way, but it's like, it's either the living room or my room. There's not a lot of like, or I guess the balcony. We do have like quite a few different spaces, but it is like, we kind of know our space. We're very comfortable, which is great, but also that sense of being in an environment and like people watching, no matter where you are, whatever kind of outgoing, like not outdoors, but you know what I mean, going out type of thing, like you have that environment. And I think that is fun because you get that experience. Yeah. And just like energy too, like people watch, get a nice, and I'm such a sucker for like trying drinks and different food. So when I do go to places like that, I always try to like order something different and try something different and things like that. I was thinking about this again, side note again, but I was thinking, I think I said this last weekend, like I've never ordered like a classic cocktail from a bar. It's either like tequila shots or a June shine. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been like, can I get a sex on the beach or a martini or something like that. I'm just like, I don't even know what to order. Whiskey sour, my mom likes those. I just don't like cherries.
I just don't like brown liquor.
Yeah.
Oof. Gosh. No.
That's gonna be a no.
But I do, I think it's usually for me like a tequila soda or a shot.
Yeah. Tequila soda is fine when I'm already on one because I can just sip it down. But sometimes I'm like, I'd rather just take a tequila shot because it's like sipping on this like bubbly shittiness is I can't. That's why I'm like, can you do her whatever she wants? And I'm gonna need some Sprite. I'm gonna need some sugar in here to help me wash
What about
down.
Do you like gin? Like a gin and tonic?
I think I do like gin.
Were you gonna say the only gin drink was that punch?
Just can't even talk about that evening. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Was that Halloween?
No, that was like
that
Christmas.
was housewarming party. Yeah.
And the only reason why I know it was Christmas because I was wearing that like unitard thing. But me getting out of that when I was drunk. It was like, you know, when you're like a kid and you're trying to take off your leggings and you're like stepping. That's what I was like getting all. I was like just trying to pull it off of myself. I should have pulled what I did in Portland and just taken off all my clothes.
Honestly, that's so interesting that like you could get to that level in Portland. For context, Ellie was fully naked laying on the ground.
Like, literally came out of the bathroom and was like, I'm naked. And you're like, yeah, no kidding.
But then the other time when you're really drunk and you like were so sick.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Because I didn't eat.
Oh.
Whereas like we had a full meal at the wedding.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I think we really learned our lesson that night.
Yeah, I will never not eat again. Even if it's like I might be going out, I might be drinking, I need to eat a full meal. I cannot do that again. That was the worst. That was the worst.
Anyway, should we jump into our game?
Yes. I'm so excited. I want you to go first though. Okay, wait, we should explain the rules.
Okay, well, we just made this up.
As we do literally everything on this podcast, is all made up.
This is all fake. You know the game Would You Rather? If you don't know that game, you ask a question and there's two options and you say which one you would rather do.
Yeah.
Except for if they're between going out or staying in the options. And if you pick the option of that's related to going out, you have to drink.
I love it.
Right? Is that the rule?
Yeah.
That we decided?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think I have enough.
You have enough? I have plenty.
Perfect. I'm going first.
Yes.
Oh, well, mine are okay. We'll start with like an easy one.
Okay.
Would you rather spend more time pre-gaming or more time at the bar?
More time pre-gaming.
Why?
I think pre-gaming is the best part because like you are in control of the music that is being played. You are in control of like the drink. Like if I didn't like this drink, I could just go pick another one. Like I wouldn't have to be like, oh, now I have to finish this nasty ass drink. And also like you're being able to try on things, and like once you're feeling yourself, you can be like, oh, this outfit isn't very like movement. I can't move in it, so I need to change. Like I definitely like doing that rather than at the bar. What about you? Can we do that? Can we switch?
Yeah.
I want to know.
We can do whatever we want. This is our game.
This is our game.
I do enjoy pre-gaming. I feel like though it hits a point where I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that I'd rather spend more time doing that than at the bar.
So does that mean you have to drink?
So I've been drinking this whole episode already.
I love it.
We were talking about doing shots, and I was telling Ellie that I would be very ill from this game, so we cannot do that.
Okay. Mine are funny. I love mine. Would you rather be at home with no Wi-Fi or have sex with the first person you make eye contact with at the club?
Oh, gosh. Wow, you're so...
Mine
okay. Yeah. I'm going to say be at home with no Wi-Fi.
With no Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Because I can read a book or literally do anything.
That's true.
I think of so many, like, I make eye contact with a lot of people.
I know, that's why I chose it.
And there's very few that I'm even, like, remotely attracted to.
I know.
So I feel like that is just a little too risky for me. Yeah. I don't think that I can do that. And there are honestly times where I'm like, I wish I had no service and no phone and no electronics and could just like unplug. So that would really force me to do that.
Boom, there you go.
What about you?
I think I probably would choose the no Wi-Fi one, but I was just like thinking how funny it would be to like just like
keep your head down.
Yeah.
Like only look at body types and then look up.
Yeah.
No.
And then when you see someone you like, you're like,
look at me. That's true. If I knew going into it, like it's like the moment that I enter the club, I have to keep my eyes down until I make eye contact with someone. Yeah. Actually, I would pick that. If I could do that,
I think it'd be funny.
That would be fun.
It would be so fun. Because not necessarily every time that you look at someone, they're looking at you. Yeah. You would just have to like play a really tricky game. Yeah. But it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Not that like actually happens, but I was just like thinking to myself like, oh my God.
Okay, well you convinced me.
Good.
So.
Me too. Let's do it.
Okay. Speaking of sex, would you rather have sex? This is kind of lame, but would you rather have sex at your house or at theirs? And by theirs, like you have to go out to obviously go to the house. Really?
Yeah. I would not. I'm done bringing people over. I don't want anyone in my bed. I don't want anyone meeting my dogs. I don't want anyone in my space, seeing my bathroom. I'm done with it. No one's allowed.
Wow.
I would much rather go, and then I can investigate their area. Like that guy, even though he was weird, but his whole house was so clean. He had plants.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't know. I love that I got to experience that.
Remember the picture of you next to the window, and we didn't know we couldn't figure out what we were doing. We had like taken a selfie, and he had to like climb through his window because his door was closed. And so we were taking a picture, and you were like, oh, look, he's climbing. And I think like his ass is out of the window, and you're just like, hey.
And then we found that photo, and we were so confused.
Yeah, we're like, what happened?
Yeah. For context, we didn't have a threesome. Ellie was. I just want to make that clear. I wasn't involved.
No. You weren't involved. You were just in the other room.
In the other room. Listening to music.
You're like the child that we tried to put to bed.
So okay, at their house.
Yeah,
did you drink?
House. Did I drink?
No.
Okay.
You might have, but I'm saying no.
Okay. Okay. Is my turn? Mm-hmm. Would you rather plan a spa day at home, but you only have room temperature water, or share all your drinks with random people? So every drink that you get, you have to share it with someone random, or like a spa day, like washing your, like doing a, what is it, face mask or a bath, but it's only like lukewarm water.
I would share my drinks.
I know.
I already do that.
Drink.
Yeah. I hate lukewarm water or room temperature.
Yeah.
I literally was so mad when I tried to take a bath and it was room temp.
Yeah.
And then I tried to redeem myself. I've tried taking 2 baths here and both of them have been awful.
Yep.
So.
Well, my shower is fucking broken and no one has been contacted yet.
That's insane to me. How long ago did you submit that?
Like 2 weeks at least.
And no one's messaged back. You can use my shower if you want.
Well, you know what I do is I just change the temperatures in there. And it's like so finicky though, is like if I switch it just to like a little bit warmer, it is like burning my skin. But if I just like barely move it down, it's like, I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. It's at a good temperature now, and I think I'm just going to leave it until my sister is done being here, because I'm like, oh my God, this is like so embarrassing. I'm going to have to be like, there's only one temperature. Good thing we're very similar in our temperature, and she likes it a little warm too.
Well, you both are welcome to use my shower.
Thanks. Like, what the fuck?
Wait, what would you do?
I would, what was it? Oh yeah, share my drinks for sure. You can always get a straw.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, yours are like really funny. Mine are like, I literally have what you.
I don't even know what it is, but I'm laughing.
I can't even read it because it's so stupid.
I don't know. We're drinking June Shines.
Would you rather play Just Dance or go to a karaoke bar?
Oh, Just Dance. I fucking hate karaoke.
Really?
Yes. I hate it. I hate karaoke.
Why?
I don't like singing.
I don't know. I'm just going to see. You don't necessarily have to sing, but isn't it fun to watch other people?
No. They already play shitty music at bars and clubs sometimes. Like, why would I purposely pay to hear good music?
A
shittier version of shitty music.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would need to be severely wasted. Like, to where worse than OB. Like, I need to be, like, gone.
Just fully not there anymore.
Just not there. Just, there's nothing.
No one's home.
No one's home. What would you do? You like singing and stuff, I feel.
I like get excited. It would really depend, which I know this is not part of the game, is like that I could control it.
Yeah.
Because there are times when I've gone to the karaoke bar and it's been so fun.
Yeah.
There are other times when it's like the same 3 people keep signing themselves up. They're picking like the saddest songs. And I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So I do think actually Just Dance is probably like, you're going to have fun regardless. Mm-hmm. I always have fun playing that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, but.
I've never been to a karaoke bar though. I feel like I should, at some point I just like I can't because I hate karaoke so much. But I'm like, I guess if I'm just afraid to go with a group and they're like, oh Ellie, go, it'll be fun. Everybody's doing it. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like I cannot sing.
But that's the thing, no one can sing.
I wouldn't even know what song to choose.
You know what is usually my go-to is the people that are too nervous, I say, I'll sing with you. And then you just go up together and then it's fine because it's like.
I wish it was like they could play the words too. Like I just don't like that it's like just the music and then you have to read. Like I wish the background was still on. Yes.
Going. Yeah. That would probably make it better. It is fun though when you pick a song. I did it in Germany with this girl from like
Germany.
No, I was in Italy with this girl from Germany.
Oh, okay.
And we sang California Girls because she was like obsessed with that song. And when she found out I was from California, and I thought it was going to be funny. It was not because no one knew the words. I like dumb me, idiot American, thinking everyone knows these songs. No, but it's fun when people do know the words and everyone's singing along and like dancing, and then it's like they don't even listen to you. They're just everyone's singing and having a good time.
Yeah, maybe it's because I like envision it to be like a concert and everybody's listening to me. I think that's what I have in my mind.
Well, we should go. I didn't realize you've never been.
Just like. If we go, I don't want to sing, but I'll watch other people sing.
Okay. When we go.
Yes. Yippers. Okay, is it my turn? Would you rather have completely silent sex at home or dance over the top sexually at the club? Like, oh, you know which kind of people I'm talking about. Like over the top sexually.
Like fully having sex.
Like fully having sex with your clothes on at the club. But like, or just silent, not a peep, not even a grunt or a moan, just dead fish in it.
Oh gosh. When you first said like dancing overly sexy, I was thinking about myself like crawling on a table and being like funny. But then when you said like that type of overly sexy dancing, like with someone, that makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, when people do that, I'm like, oh.
Like when that guy like grabbed me the other weekend and was like fully like, like I'm just like, stop immediately, please, no. Get away from me.
Help me.
That's what I said.
I know, I loved it. That was funny.
But like, I don't think I could do that.
Can you? I mean, I don't know, but
can I be quiet? It's hard, but I think that kind of makes it fun when you have to be like, we can't make a sound.
That's true. I didn't think of it like that. I just like thought of it as like really awkward, just like quiet.
Yeah, I mean, you only specified quiet.
That's true. I didn't. You're right.
I'm gonna say be quiet. What about you?
At first, I was thinking of like the dancing because I'm thinking of like silent sex. I'm like, oof, I don't know.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I don't know. The way you put it, it makes sense. Fuck, I don't know. Again, like if I'm dancing like that, I need to be like drunk enough where I don't care.
Yeah, you literally don't care. Or everyone needs to be doing it. Like it's that type of like music and
that
club
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just like in general, yeah, I guess probably like silent sex. God. Fuck.
I know it's not as great, but okay. I just hate all of mine now because yours are just so good. Literally, would you rather paint on your own or go to a wine and paint class?
Probably wine and paint.
Yeah?
I've never done one of those. I would love to do that.
When I was writing that question, I thought that you would pick paint on your own.
Really?
You would want to paint what you wanted and like be at your own pace.
Yeah, that's true. But I've never done the wine and paint before, and I think that would be fun. I've been actually like thinking about like I would like to do that.
Oh, well, drink up.
Okay. Drink up because we're going.
That's good to know. We should do that then.
What about you?
Oh, wine and paint. I feel like I like being creative and like painting and drawing. It's hard for me to sometimes like force myself to do that. Like when I'm doing it, I'm like, I love this. This is so fun.
Yeah.
So a class like that, like that's why I love like pottery class or different classes, because it's like I can be creative and use that part of my brain.
Yeah.
But someone's kind of like nudging me along, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I do like painting my own things, but I also have like been wanting to like take painting classes anyways, because I feel like my stuff is like very basic, and I feel like a wine and paint, like you get to drink, and like it's like sometimes the creative process is so hard because you're like, what do I do? Like it's a blank page and you're like, oh my god, what the fuck do I do? Whereas like when you go, because they tell you what to do, it's like either like an ocean scenery or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like chosen for you.
I've done one where they had like a bunch of just like pictures on the table.
And you choose.
And you pick one.
Oh, see, I
and
like
then
that.
they like had a guy like kind of going around like giving you tips. Like you would like sketch it out and he'd be like,
do this. Don't
try
do
this.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
so that was kind of nice because it was like kind of free form, but also guided.
I love that.
Whereas sometimes the more like super structured ones where it's like, this is the scene you have to paint. I'm like, I don't want this in my house.
Yeah.
I will never use this.
No, I like that. My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be at home with only one snack or only drink whiskey drinks?
You wrote this because you know I hate whiskey. Wow, that's really pointed. Do I get to pick the snack? Is it Dots pretzels? Or are you gonna pick a snack that I don't like either?
like the mustard dot pretzels or whatever you said last night, cheese curds. What the fuck is a cheese curd?
The little balls
of cheese.
Okay, this is such a random story, but a distant relative has a cheese company called Chapel Cheese Co.
Cute.
Yeah, and they make little like cheese curds, and my dad would call them squeaky cheese, and you'd put them in the microwave, and then they'd like, when you eat them, it would like squeak on your teeth. But it was so good.
Cute. Squeaky cheese.
Yeah. Chapel Cheese Co. I had a little outfit. Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe I'm just picturing my siblings and I thought it was mine. But I had like little cow sleeves and a little red barn, and it said Chapel Cheese Co. and little cow pants.
That is so cute. That is so cute. I'm obsessed with it.
I love cheese.
Yeah, you get to pick your snack, but it's only like one. That's all you have. You can't like change it up.
For a night?
Yeah.
Or for,
for the night.
Dots pretzels. I'll stay at home and eat a whole bag.
I guess, yeah, that's true. I'm just like one snack. Sometimes I'm like, I need variety. And also like, what happens when the one snack is gone? Like, what do I have now?
Well, luckily, I should honestly be brand ambassador for Juneshine and Dots pretzels, because I could eat and drink both of these things for a long time and be very happy.
Yeah. I don't think I'm like that. Well, maybe with wine. Cereal.
I was going to say, what are you talking about?
I would die for cereal.
Yeah. I've never met anyone else who likes it as much as you. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that what you would do? Eat cereal?
Yeah, in my mind, I was
whiskey?
just thinking of like what I had. Like if I like right now I have a bag of chips, but I don't have salsa. So I was just thinking of like sitting on the couch just eating chips. And I was like, ugh.
That sounds very dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chips and water. It's the worst.
When you're so hungry though, like at a Mexican restaurant, and you just like eat so many chips that you feel ill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remind me to tell you my Buddha story. I don't want to do it right now. That's for a different day.
Okay.
And also, I don't think I'd be able to get through it because it's so funny, but I'll tell you after the episode. I'll tell you guys later, but it is so funny. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, that was mine.
I've skipped around, so 1 second. Well, would you rather watch the same movie back to back all night, or a new movie in the theater with full AC?
Oh. That's a good one.
I just made it up because originally it was much more lame.
Much more lame. Fuck. do I get to pick the movie I'm watching back to back to back to back?
Sure.
Probably the same movie back to back to back to back.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I would do like a long one, like the last Harry Potter, or like one of the Lord of the Rings, or like, yeah, those are the ones that are coming to my mind.
You would rather watch that over and over again?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of going to the movies and like with full AC. Okay, well, can I bring a blanket?
No.
It's just like what I wear.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah. Honestly, that's usually what happens to me at the movie theater.
I know, it's fucking freezing. That's why I don't like movie theaters.
Yeah. Like the idea of going to the movie theater, I'm like, that sounds so fun. And then I get there and I'm so uncomfortable.
The best part of the movies is the previews. If I could just
I
like
do
go
like that.
sit in for like 20 minutes and watch some previews and then leave, like I'd pay like $5, but I'd do it.
Yeah.
I love previews.
Yeah. It is fun to like see what's coming.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I really don't know what's coming until it's out.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch the trailer once it's out.
Yeah. Do you get to choose the movie that you're going to go see in the theaters?
Yeah. It could be like a movie you're really excited, but it's like a new movie.
Yeah. No, I'd probably do the same movie back to back. My comfort thing. I watch the same thing over and over and over again all the time.
I can't do
that.
One time when I think it was the second Hunger Games came out, they did a like showing at the theater where they played the first movie
Oh, I love
before
that.
the second movie. So
Oh,
you like
that's
had that
smart.
fresh in your mind. That was really fun.
Yeah.
And it was fun because like people dressed up and I feel like the whole theater was packed. Everyone was like just having this big movie night together.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed that.
I don't think movies will ever be the same like they were when we were growing up. Like when the Harry Potters came out or when the Hunger Games came out or even Twilight came out, I was like on one to go to the movies. And now I'm like, I could care less. I'll just wait
now
for
it's
it
like
to...
you can just pay to watch it in your home.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have like this whole...
I don't like popcorn. So I'm like, why
Yeah.
would I go to the movie theaters to like eat popcorn that I don't even like?
I would usually just sneak in stuff from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah. What about you? What would you choose? The movie theater one?
Honestly, no, probably staying at home. I hate that. Like, I hate sitting in a theater and I'm just like freezing.
It's the worst.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can't even focus on the movie because I'm so cold.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be here anymore.
Movie theaters remind me of my youth. Of like having to like, or not having, but like wanting to go with a boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, you just unlocked a memory.
Very cringy memory.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm okay without that. And then when you see like high schoolers go into the movie together, I'm like, I don't want to be here.
No.
I don't want to be here. Don't need it. Don't want it.
No.
Goodbye.
Know what that means. Yeah.
It's the worst. That's a good one.
It's worse looking back, but at the time you're like,
I was
oh
like,
my
"Ooh,
gosh, so risky.
Would you rather have to call every family member before relaxing at home or talk to everyone at the club before dancing?
Before dancing?
Before dancing.
Oh, I'd rather call every family member.
Really?
If I could talk to every person at the club while dancing, or like, it doesn't matter like what I'm doing. I'm just like, maybe I'm getting a drink and I'll talk to some people. I'm dancing. I'm standing outside. Like, I think I could do that. Good night.
Nice. See you tomorrow.
I do have a big family, but it'd probably be good for me to call them. So
sometimes I'm like that first call. I'm like, all right, I'll call the next person tomorrow.
No, it does, like, especially because I'm really bad about doing it often. When I do call, they turn into like really long calls.
Yeah.
Like I called my mom the other day and we talked for an hour. And I was just intending to like talk while I waited for the train.
Yeah.
Which is great. I loved catching up with her, but then it was like, wow, that was
An
a
hour.
long call.
I know.
What would you do?
I would choose probably family, just because I talk to my family all the time. It'd probably be pretty quick, but there's like family members that I haven't talked to. And I'm like, oh, to call. Like,
Oh, were you saying like my extended family too?
well, I was just thinking of like the family that you, not like necessarily extended, but like if you were to have like the family you would invite to your wedding, if you had a wedding.
I feel like I would invite all my family because that would be rude if I didn't.
Really?
You wouldn't invite your whole family? Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm not going to have a big wedding.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, not doing that. That's funny. I don't know. Yeah, probably call family. Unless I like stood up on the tables at the club and was just like, "Hello, everybody."
Well, can you do that?
I don't know.
We're changing
made it up. It's our game. Maybe. We get to do whatever we want.
Okay. How many more do you have?
Let me count. 2.
Okay. Do you want to read both of them?
Yeah. You go first. Do you have any more?
I do. They're just all so dumb. Okay.
Yours have been good.
Would you rather stay cozy or dress up?
Stay cozy. Stay cozy.
Your turn.
Okay. Would you rather be at home handcuffed or at the couch?
How did you come up with these?
This is what happens when I was just like at work.
Wow.
On my lunch, just Googling shit. Would you rather be at home handcuffed or at the club blindfolded? Wow, that was really hard for me to say.
At the club blindfolded?
Yeah.
Do I have a guide?
I don't know. Sure.
If you were with me,
that would be funny.
That would be funny. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. You would just what?
I don't know. I just think it would be funny. I'd be like, oh, Stan, I don't even know. I wouldn't like, I would mess with you a little bit, but I wouldn't do anything too, I would never do anything too crazy.
Yeah.
But I think it would be funny.
I think it'd be funny too. If I was at home handcuffed, unless I'm like having sex, like I don't want to be sitting at home handcuffed.
I know. Like, how do you
What can you do?
How do you go to the bathroom? How do you shower?
I don't know. Are you're handcuffed together or you're handcuffed onto something?
No, handcuffed together is how I pictured it. Oh. Like handcuffed like this or blindfolded.
Yeah, blindfolded.
Yeah, I think that would be funny.
Have we been just following this rule, the drinking part?
I don't know. I do blindfolding.
We should do that. Also, like, what?
Something's going off.
Okay. Would you rather play drinking games at someone's house or go to the club and dance?
Oh, that's hard. Because I like both. What drinking game?
Any one that you want.
Well, I don't know. When we were playing that flip cup game, I was getting so much anxiety. It's like, not that way! Wrong side of a cup! I'm like, oh my gosh.
I've actually played that game a lot, and I've never struggled that much. I think it was the slanted table.
It was.
I think it was the freezing cold. I think it was the screaming.
I was like, guys, we're not in fucking college. It's okay if I don't get it right. Why don't you teach me how to do it first?
So not flip cup.
Yeah, not
flip
cup.
Are you a beer pong gal?
Remember when we played? Well, that was Halloween. Remember when we played beer pong with those 2 guys at that guy's house? It was like their house warming party.
We know literally no one there.
No one.
Yeah.
And that girl was just like, poor little lady. Yeah, go to the club.
Yeah.
Endurance.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. Well, I know I'm the same, actually.
I do like the rage cage, like the honeycomb. It's like where you have to like, oh fuck, now I forget how to do it. See, I haven't played fucking drinking games since I was in college.
I usually, when I'm like at a house party, it's usually King's Cup. Like everyone sits down and then you play the King's Cup. And
yeah. Oh my god, that was. What did we play? We played that over the summer too.
Yeah, we played that a lot. That was the go-to everyone's house.
Yeah, that was.
It's usually like the end of the night though.
Played King's Cup during Christmas, and my dad got the King's Cup.
Oh,
and
you were saying that.
This is so funny. It was so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, my turn.
I don't think I'll ever play a drinking game with my parents.
Well, yeah, I don't think. Do either of your parents drink?
No.
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of, at least.
My mom doesn't anymore, but my dad does. Would you rather be at home while your neighbors are fucking so loud the whole night, or be at the club but no one talks to you?
Am I by myself at the club? Or like I'm out with you and you're not speaking to me either?
What a horrible night.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awful.
By yourself.
Okay.
Let's do by yourself.
If I'm by myself and no one's talking to me, that sounds actually miserable.
Well, I mean, like, I guess people talk to us a lot, but I guess if it was like just you and me and no one's talking to us,
I guess I'm picturing, no, but I guess I'm picturing like I'm dancing and like people are like glaring at me.
No, just like no one says anything. Because I feel like people make time to like talk to us. Mm-hmm. Not like that, but I just like to say hello for Dan. They're like, oh, yeah. Hey, that's what, I don't even fucking know.
You girls seem like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That actually
or
doesn't.
They're just like, oh, are you here? Like, where should we, what's to do? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, just no one says anything to you. Like, that would kind of suck.
Yeah.
But also, like, neighbors fucking so loud the whole night.
Did I show you that letter that I got?
No.
From my neighbor?
No. Yes! Wait, when was that for? Was that for your ex?
Yeah, when I like first moved to San Diego. No, when COVID happened.
Oh my God.
And he came down and like lived with me for like a month.
I literally cannot. I cannot.
We got a note from my neighbor. It was very kind. It was like, just so you know, like the walls are really thin. I know everyone's just trying to get by right now, but like just know that we can hear more than you think.
I would die.
I was mortified. I was actually mortified.
Do you know which neighbor wrote
I'm pretty sure. It just said like heart neighbor. And I like,
was it
from the handwriting, yeah. I can guess. So I don't know that I've ever had that happen to me, but I've been that neighbor. That's, yeah. But if I can like put in my headphones or like turn up the TV.
Yeah.
Then I'd rather do that.
We had this neighbor in Melbourne. I think I was telling you about them. Like our apartment window, like kind of looked down, and it was like outrageous. Like it was fake. It was like porn fake. I was like, this is not real. And it was to the point where we'd be like looking through the window to be like, it's not real. Like you cannot be making these noises. Like this is insane. It would go on for hours.
That's like, crazy. That's stamina.
What's left of you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Take a fucking nap. Get a snack. Drink some water.
That is crazy.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I just don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I'm kind of like, oh, good for you. At least someone's getting some around here. Jesus. I don't know what I would choose. I like when people talk to me when I'm like out and about.
Yeah. At least like acknowledge me.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah. Like nobody, not even like the, what am I trying to say?
Bouncer?
Yeah, bouncers. I was like bodyguards. That's not right.
Yeah, that just sounds like really sad.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Your neighbors having sex is like, oh, that's annoying. But
good for them.
Good for them.
Just put in some headphones.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
That was so much fun.
We should play this again with like just general would you rather.
I told you.
Or when we do hookups and hangovers again, we can do
like some would you rather ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some good ones. We need to play hookups and hangovers with somebody. Yeah. I was gonna say Sophia, but I was like, we don't promote underage drinking here.
Yeah, totally. No, we will. We'll do it. But we're very curious how you guys feel about these things that we have opinions on. So let us know when you listen to the app. And have a lovely evening staying out or going in or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Have fun no matter what you do.
See you next time.
See you next week. Love ya.
Bye.